Hi, it's Kendra. Welcome back to BooksBeautyKendra, and today I'm going to be doing an everyday makeup tutorial. For this everyday makeup tutorial, I decided that I would like to do more of a neutral eye. Usually when I do my everyday makeup, I quite like, colourful eyeshadow or blush or, something nice and bright and colourful, just to go to work and feel nice and creative and just to feel like myself, really. But today we'll do a neutral eye. So first things first is concealer. I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Creme Brulee or Light 2.5, and I just get my It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection No. 7 brush, and it's double-sided, so that's pretty cool. I use the little side, do a little swirl into the concealer, and just put it where I need it, and under the eyes, over here, around the nose, and on the chin. Okay, so that's all blended in. So that was a quite high coverage concealer, but for my everyday I don't go in with high coverage foundation. I go in with the tinted moisturizer, and I go in with the Fenty Beauty Easy Drop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade 2. Which again might be too dark for me, but it doesn't show up too dark usually. It's like a nice little tan, which is weird saying that the second lightest shade is a tan, but to each their own. And then I just kind of put this all over, and it just gives a bit of coverage, like not a lot because it's a skin tint, but it does the job of evening out my skin tone, which is what I want for an everyday sort of thing. Okay, I have the most difficulty blending in on my nose. Doesn't matter if it's a brush or a beauty blender or whatever, it just doesn't like to look nice, but I think it looks fine. A little bit of a glow, yes, beautiful, beautiful, lovely, lovely. Okay, then I go in with eye primer and powder. My powder's broken, the clasp doesn't clasp anymore, but for primer I use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Invisipink Amplifying Eye Primer, and I'll put that on top of my eyes. And then I use the Kosas Cloud Set powder in Airy, and I put that on my eyes and then all over my face, so it sets it all in and doesn't go everywhere during the day, which would be nice. Okay, so now the face is powdered, not as glowy, but still a little bit of glow, which is why I like this powder. Next we're going into eyeshadow. I have the Cosmetics Divine Skies eyeshadow palette in Rodin. It's very neutral, not what I usually wear, but it's a very nice formula and I like it a lot. So first what you're going to do is get a nice fluffy blending brush or crease brush and get a light brown. I'm going to pick Clay, which is this one, and that is going to go into my crease. Now you wonder if you don't want a lot of pigment on your brush, on your eye, hold your hand further away from the brush bristles and just little circular motions and windshield motions, and then it's on like that. It's nice. Do it again for the other eye, out in the outer corner, do little circular motions, then bring it in with windshield wiper motions, and then that is the crease. Then, depending on if you want a more sparkly shimmery look, you can do a dark shimmer on the outside and then a light shimmer on the inside, or if you prefer more matte for a daytime work look, you can just do a little bit of this one, which is Timeless, I think. Yeah, Timeless, which is this dark brown, and you just put a little bit in the outer corner. But if you don't have many brushes and you like the sparkly look, I say just get your finger into a darker brown. This one is called Master, I don't know. How does this work? Oh no, the one before was Sculpt. This one is Masterpiece. And you just kind of put that in the outer corner with your finger, just gently dabbing it on. To about halfway. Doesn't matter if it's blended. We will blend when we put on the other shimmer. And I quite like a mostly shimmer look, even if it's for every day, because I quite like how the light catches it and just makes your eyes look so dimensional and pretty. Then, which one? Which one to choose? This one or this one? I think I'm going to choose Whisper, and then we'll do Muse in the inner corner. So Whisper is this one. It's a lighter champagne colour, and we'll just put that all in the inner half of your eye, meeting it up with the darker colour and kind of overlapping as well. Just like that. Patting it on around the edges so you get a nice blend. Check that everything's done. Not too dark. And then if you want more definition along your lash line, you can get a bit of the dark brown, which is Sculpt. Got it that time. And a tiny little brush. I'm going to use this one, which is, I don't know, like a little packing brush, but I'm just going to use the very end of it, so just the very tip of it, and just stamp and wiggle it along the lash line. And because I have very round eyes, I just keep it to the outer half of my eye because I quite like how that makes my eyes look. And then, yeah. Lucky last thing to do for the eyeshadow is the inner corner highlight, which again, using Muse, which is this bottom colour down here, with a tiny little brush that looks like the brush before but a lot smaller. Pick it up, or you can use your fingers, whichever one works better for you, and just put it in the inner corner. Okay. Okay, if you are wearing this and you don't wear makeup that often, I would not suggest putting some underneath your eyes because that can make it look quite dramatic, and if you're not used to it, it'll look really scary for you. So you're just doing the top bit, makes it nice, and daytime appropriate. I like to wear colour. I like to wear it under my eyes. I just don't wear really dark colours when I go to work. I just wear the bright colours usually, and I like this look. It's very cute. Now, mascara. Whichever mascara works for you. I find a lot of mascaras transfer up here because my eyelashes are long, and also underneath. So I have two different types of mascara. I'm only going to use one. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty mascara in black. That's what it's called. That's what I'm using. And yeah, just 1 or 2 coats of this on your eyelashes, and yeah, good to go. Okay, so I've got the mascara on now. If you can tell, there's a couple of mascara marks on there. So just let them dry, and then what you do is, where it is, you get a little spoolie, one of these little things. That's better, my white forehead's good for something. You get one of these. Once it's dry, scrape it off. You can also use your finger if you want to. I find this is much more effective. For eyebrows, I use just an eyebrow gel, easy for every day. Don't have to do much to my eyebrows, because whilst they're sparse, they have a good shape to them, and I don't care too much about doing my eyebrows every day, honestly. So this is the Kosas, oh gosh, it's tiny, Airbrow in Auburn. And I just whack that on to my eyebrows. I quite like this one because it does have fibers in it, which fills in my eyebrows a little bit, and then it also, you know, makes my eyebrows more match my hair color, because it is dyed hair, so it's very different. It's a lot more warm than my eyebrows, and it's better. Okay, nearly done. Going back to the face. Now we're going to do bronzer. I put a little bit of bronzer on because too much bronzer looks really fake and weird on my face. So I use, which you might have been seeing, the look at that, you can see my room. The Fenty Beauty Stalk'r Instant Warmth Bronzer in Inda Sun. And I use a Sigma Large Angled Contour F40 brush. This is what it looks like. It's just angled contour brush. Get a bit of that. And I do it a little bit higher up on my cheekbones and under my cheeks. Up the temple side. On 2 points on my forehead, not across the whole forehead, just because that's how my hairline is. It dips down, so I'd put some here and some here. Other side now. Like that. And then across the bridge of my nose. Just for that more natural sun-kissed look. Okay. Next is blush, because I don't do highlight on the everyday. I do it more for special occasions, and you can see my base is looking kind of glowy anyways, so don't need it. I was going to use the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, but they are not beginner friendly in the slightest. So if you don't do makeup very often, that is a very pigmented formula. I would say tread carefully. Instead, we're going to use a powder blush, because I think they're easier to work with if you don't use too much. It's usually good. I'm using the McGrath Blush Without Caution in, oh god, what's it called? Nymphette. Yes. Skin Fetish Divine Blush in Nymphette. And I'm going to use the Colourpop F14 brush, which is just like this Durafiber brush that is not clean. Tap off some of the excess onto the back of my hand, and then I put blush in as many places as I can, so cheeks and quite far into the nose as well, because I like how it looks on my round face, and then a little bit on the nose and a little bit on the chin, and then I look much more awake and alive, you know, because I'm basically a ghost really, and this is just tricking people into thinking I am not. Then for lips, you could do a lip oil, a lip gloss. I'm going to go into a Dewy lip balm by Rare Beauty, one of these in Thankful. I know it's not in the right way anymore, but it's like this pinky brown. Can you see that? That's better. It's pinky brown. It looks nice on my lips, and it's just a little bit of a tint. So put that on. Like that, and it just gives a little bit of color to your lips, and it looks really nice. And then that is it. Oh, I have to be right back. I have to fix the mascara mat. Okay, and that is it for this everyday makeup tutorial. It is easy. It is quick. Without eyeshadow, I can do my base in about like base face lips in about 10 minutes, and then eyeshadow, just depending on what I want to do, takes longer. Is what it is. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'm Kendra. If you fancy subscribing, please do so, because I think I'm getting a bit more consistent on here, so it'd be nice to have people consistently watching me as well. Please like, and let me know if there's any specific makeup looks you want me to try out, or any makeup brands you want me to try out here, and I can give them a go. Right. Bye.